Hello all, greetings, this is Gilles Mancien. I wanted to wish you a good day and a happy holiday for those who are celebrating Christmas. I hope you have this nice time to be celebrating when you as much as possible. I'm going to pull a few cards from the Voyager Tarot. Let's see what... it's a bit better than in French. It was kind of difficult. Same outcome than the French reading, but so the situation is abundance. It is the Empress. It is the Mother Isis. It is the universal card. So it is all about also not getting lost in the details. It is important, but it is about birth and rebirth. What goes around the situation is the forces of the ego, the devil's play. The devil's play is asking to overcome the lower self, overcome the materialistic self, but it's also a dance. It is something, it is also not to let anybody demonize you or not to put judgment on the world, to allow the process to happen, to know the ego is an ally, it helps us grow, but then we do not want to be under its control. What we see before us in the future is the magician, it's the power of magic, the power of the one. What we see in our subconscious in the past is disappointment. So those disappointments, whether the disappointment are about death, we were expecting natural change to happen naturally, and they have not yet happened. What we learn is courage. We have learned that courage will assist us, will help us. The more courage we have to overcome our lower aspect, the faster we are able to transcend them. And we can overcome the disappointment by purity. It's about purifying ourselves. It's like an open window. Where we are now is the inventor. It's about moving into new creative form and being creative, moving out of the confusion in order to create new things. Maybe to be creative in that respect. And maybe I have some ideas about inventions. I should have done it before, but I didn't put enough attention to this part of my project. Hopefully in the future I will be able to unfold those new ideas about new technologies that will greatly assist humankind, like quantum batteries and zero-point technologies. Those are not all that difficult to understand or to manifest, and so hopefully they will come. This is really what we are asked, to be creative. In the near future, it is the hangman, so it is about all the loss of power of the old. For all those that the paradigm is shifting, and this world has been about the power over this dark matrix of control. But now all this is going to be dissolving, and so it's going to be power over self, over oneself. So we have to let go of all those things that are not being given, that are not helping us anymore. So we have been given many opportunities since 2012. We've done a lot of work, but now we have to complete the process as much as possible. Then we'll find the harvest, we'll find the reward, we'll find the... And that's where we are. This is the strength we have. We have the reward. This is who we are. This is the strength we have. It's this reward. It's the power of Jupiter. It's the power of money. It's the power of love. It's the power of romance. It's the power of celebration. What comes to us from the outside world is the great card of the Chariot. It is a success. It is the success, a recognition, a success, a stargate. It is Apollon, and it is a very, very powerful card that will open up. It is the card of Cancer. It is so the moon in Cancer has opened up this possibility, this third eye. We want to open our third eye to look into the spirit realm as much as possible, to allow ourselves to do meditation and to receive this energy, to be always the receptive mode. What we have in our inner emotion, in our hopes and fears, is the judgment card. It's the only thing. It's a very Socratic card. This card is the only thing you can be sure of is that you do not know. We know that we do not know. It is because we do not know what's going to happen in an hour from now, in a day from now. Only God knows, and there are even angels that are protecting the secret of what is coming up. Some of the angels already know those things, but only I Am Presence will choose to reveal ourselves when it's the time. What is coming up, which are our precognition, the ability to see into the future. So it's about letting go and letting God as much as possible. This is what we have in our emotion, and we have the same outcome, although I mixed the card. That's funny, 10 cards, and the same outcome than in the French reading. It is the seer. It is the ability to have integrated that knowledge, discovering new powers, new sensitive, new psychic abilities, and to be able to be more attuned to new frequencies that will give us a lot of more integrated self. We'll feel a lot more integrated in these coming times. Every day is a new opportunity to integrate those new codes. The painting behind me, I chose this one because it looks like a bit like a Christmas tree. It's about the great central sun. There is a lot of stars. It's like the family of light with those great great central suns, and there's all those little stars, and there's all kinds of subtleties that come into this display. And so I wanted to apologize. I felt like I had a very hard time the other day for the solstice. I felt I had to liberate. There was a lot of negative thoughts and emotion that needed to be transmuted. For we all had like we want to, as we move closer to the ascension, we need to be free of all subconscious energies, and for that we need to liberate them, and for that they need to come up, and so it is heavy to deal with because we all had many past lives. As we move closer to the ascension, all those things needs to be liberated. So in many sense, I am grateful, although I feel like if I would have lived in Las Vegas for the past 20 years, I would have had a lot more fun, and maybe or any big city to have a clientele and a more social life. But in many sense, I feel like the reason why I was here is I was going to open a gallery in September 2001 in New York City. We had everything to do that, and then there was the 9/11, and so I ended up stuck. Kind of, I didn't have a B plan, so I had to restart all my projects from here. But I don't have a clientele here, and 10 years. So I had some money, but after 10 years, I kind of ran out since I don't sell paintings, and so it was a really difficult time. But I understand that I realized that it was a time that was given to me for my inner development, and so I know that everything's perfect, that God gave me exactly what I needed. Now I'm ready to move into something else, because abundance is a natural state for me. I've always had an abundant life. I live in the world of the nightlife. I've always been traveling. I was an art dealer. I opened a great big gallery when I was 19 years old in Santa Monica, California. So abundance was a natural thing for me. Yet I'm very ascetic too. I can be very happy with very little. And yet I hope I trust, I know that I will be able to catch up on all the celebration and social life, and I will be able to hopefully to make this project I have manifest, if God willing, if I have for there is this cleansing that needs to be done, and understanding everything that fear and judgment always come from the ego. It never comes from the soul. The soul is always in love and acceptance. So it's about when we feel those darker energy. I hope this message I'm using myself, maybe hopefully this message will assist you if you ever come across those energies, is to realize that they are the only illusion from the ego. It is like the ego doesn't know, and so it fears that the ego doesn't know, so it judges. So it's about trusting more. And also it's having much gratitude for all your comments and messages. It is when you have a very difficult time that you see who's your friends, who your real friends are, who those people that are willing to help. But then in many sense, I have many friends that could help me if they wanted to. They're like extremely rich, but they're not even move to buy one painting to help me out. But in many sense, those things are meant to teach us forgiveness, because if we didn't have all those things, we would never learn forgiveness. It is like when Jesus asked Judas to come before he came into incarnation to say, you have to betray me so I can forgive you and I can teach forgiveness. So all those things are part of the process. Everything and everyone is a part of us. It is just a mirror. It is just a mirror. So it is important to know that, and to trust, and to let go, and to love, to continue to love as much as possible. I'll pull a few cards. The highest wisdom from the spirit guides is the healer. Today is to find the healing. The highest wisdom comes in finding this healing. What we need to understand is the effort. What is the effort we need to do in order to get where we need to go? What we need to do is the partnership, is there to become co-creative with the universe, and to have a unified energy focus. Once the physical cleansing, and we have cleared up our mind, we have cleaned up our physical body, the emotion will align, and our energy will be no longer dualistic. And the general outcome is life purpose. We're going to discover new purpose. We're going to find a passion for our purpose, the sense of our life, the sense of our mission here. And so I wanted to say, from a spiritual point of view, in many sense, that from a material point of view, the spirit world is completely unreal. It cannot be. We can have no clue about the spirit world. But for a spiritual being, the material world is not all that real either. And there is such a difference between everything comes from spirit. But when the spirit created matter, the master spirits of our super universe created a whole 300 dimension of light that intervene between the plane of spirit to the plane of matter. And this is what we have to pass through. Is those material, those Morantia, they call Morantia planes. What we need to, what we came here, what we want really is to understand the nature of life, to understand the nature of things, to see how things work. And this is really what we are being taught as we tune into this inner guide and allow the reflection mirror to teach us. Now in Durante, they were revealing that. For here we see 7 colors. For in colors there is many blues, many yellows, many greens, many greens the most because there's so many blues and a couple of yellows. Then there is a few reds and so. But we can decipher about 500, 600, 700 different colors with our physical eyes. But they were saying that in the spirit world there is 10,000 tonality of colors. So it's like it's impossible to imagine that. We have to open the eye of our mind. And the first time I saw higher colors, higher forms was when I had an experience that was taken into the 6th dimension, and so I couldn't discover, there was new sounds that will be revealed. I haven't yet discovered that, but I saw those new colors. They're like neon colors, but they're very all those colors are very impossible to describe. They're just new colors that will integrate ourselves as we move into this higher consciousness. So trust that, relax, be as peace as possible to receive all those new codes and energies. And I hope those holidays will bring you satisfaction, will bring you joy, will bring you rewards, will bring you peace, and that we'll be able to set ourselves up in this new year for new creative adventure. Huh? The highest wisdom, I'll finish with the Akash, is the arts. The highest wisdom is the arts. What we need to understand is anger and alimentation, is nourishment, is to understand the body of desire and to become master of our desire, not to be overwhelmed, to be taken by our senses, to align our senses. Of course, this is all. Everybody's going to find his point of balance and follow his own inner guidance. Personally, I've been doing a lot of cleansing, and so it's like when you do cleansing, there's a lot of things that come up, and like you're changing all your life habits. And so but as a Pisces, I had a lot when I was young. I had tons of addiction. I removed 90% of them, and then 95% of them in 2015. Now I only have like 1 or 2%, but they're really hard to finish concluding this process. What we need to do is the Amerindian. It's about finding the simplicity within life, to recognize the Great Spirit, to become one with Mother Nature, to respect the understanding that there are life force and energies within the animal world, the plant world. Everything is alive, and so tune in to communicate with the natural forces and to live in a simple, to use the power of the circle as well, to always be able to put ourselves in a circle of light from which we feel a lot more, we have this power to understand. We put ourselves in a circle of light, and then we can always put our hands towards the sky and tune into a higher light, envision a higher light, and bring this higher light down into us. And the outcome is phobias. It's about the ability to face all our fears. The more we are able to face our fear, the more they are transmuted. After that, we find the wish. What did we ask for? And after that, we find the priest or the priestess, the grand priest or the grand priestess. We'll find our empowerment. We already have achieved a great deal of empowerment in past lives, so now we need to retrieve it. Once we have balanced out all the lower aspect of our past lives, we'll be able to retrieve the more pleasant aspect of ourselves that we've already incarnated as. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to finish with a song it's a song about the fifth dimension. It's a band called the Fifth Dimension, about the coming age of Aquarius. It goes like this. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding, No more falsehoods or derision, golden living, dreams of vision, mystic, crystal, revelation, and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, Aquarius, when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, Aquarius. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. Well, I hope you have a wonderful holidays with this Christmas coming up. I will probably be called to return to make new videos, but in the meantime, I hope you enjoy your day, your Sunday, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for everything. Namaste.